Good evening, students. Today we start the next topic of the lesson, method of separating impurities. In last lesson, we studied about the solution. Okay, when any solute get dissolved in a solvent, it form a solution. Okay, but when we want to separate it, that impurities that present in that solution, then how we can separate it? So for that the different methods are used to separate the impurities. The water collected from the pond, river, lakes, streams, open well is not clean. That rainy water that collect in a pond, river, lakes, streams, then wells, but it is not clean because in that water the number of the impurities get dissolved. Okay, so it is not safe to drink, so that can cause the number of diseases just like cholera, jaundice and typhoid. Okay, so this water can be purified by various methods such as sedimentation and decantation. It is the one type of method to separate the impurities. Second one, filtration. Okay, then chlorination and boiling. These all methods now today we are studied. Okay, see, first method, sedimentation and decantation. So in this method, actually what happened, the water is allowed to stand for some time in a container. Okay, when any mixture is allowed to stand for some time in container, then we get the pure water. Okay, see in this picture, the mud and water is the mixture of mud and water. So what happened in that water, the mud means is the insoluble impurities are present. So when it stand for some times or some hours, then what happened, that sediment particles is the insoluble impurities, it's not soluble. Okay, so sediment particles are settle down at the bottom of that container, and at the upper side the water get clear. Okay, so this process in which insoluble impurities settle down, see this process in which insoluble impurities settle down is called sedimentation process. This is the sedimentation process. I again repeat, the process in which insoluble impurities settle down is called sedimentation process. Then second method is the decantation. So now see, in this sedimentation process we get the water. Okay, but it's not a pure, that contain the impurity. That mixture contains some soluble impurities also, that is soluble in that water. So for that the water is gently poured out into another container without disturbing the settled impurities. What happened in next stage, this water get poured out in the another container without disturb that sediment. Okay, so the process by which water is gently poured out to another container, the process by which water is gently poured out to another container after sedimentation, means after sedimentation process this water get poured out to another container is called decantation. Decant the water. Here what actually, that decant the water in another container, so it's called decantation. So the water we get after decantation is not a very clean. Okay, it may contain the very fine impurities and germs also. So For that purification of water, we can use the next method, that is the filtration method. Generally, this filtration process we also use at home to filter the water. Or okay, so this is the one type of filtration process. So in this method, that use the filter paper to filter the solution. See, here is the solution that contain the impurities. Okay, so in this process water is passed through the filter paper. This is the cone shape. It's called funnel. It is called funnel, and in that funnel the filter paper is present. Okay, the filter paper is used in that funnel, and this filter paper is allow the water to flow but not impurities. Here only water can pass through this filter paper but not impurity. That impurities are left behind on the filter paper. Okay, and clean water is collected in another container. It's called beaker. इसे क्या कहते हैं? Beaker. It's a cone shape is the funnel, and what we use in that funnel? Filter paper. Okay, so filtration is the one method to filter the water or to remove the impurities. Okay, then boiling process. It is generally used at our home to purify the water. It is the simplest way to purify the water because the filter water may contain germs, so which can make us fall sick. Okay, so boiling water kills the germs present in it. Okay, so when we boil the water, then what happen? The germs that present in the water, it get killed. The next process is the chlorination process. It is the process by which chlorine is added to water. See, that method is generally used at when the water is present in a large quantity. That water that supply at home, okay, so that water contain the chlorine to kill, because in that water the chlorine is dissolved to kill the germs that present in it. Okay, so chlorine tablet are easily available in the market, so we can also purify water by using the water filters like the AquaGuard or RO at home. At our home, the generally RO or AquaGuard is used to clean the water. So clean water should be stored in a clean container, and container should always be kept covered. Okay, so in chlorination process, what? The chlorine is added to water. That's why this process is called chlorination process. Okay, so do you understood that process? Sedimentation, decantation, filtration, then boiling and chlorination. Okay, you have to read these methods carefully. Next, composition of air. You know, air is the mixture of the gases. Okay, so each and every gases have specific percentage. So it contain about 78% nitrogen. Okay, 78% nitrogen. You can see here the blue part represent the nitrogen, and 21% only is the oxygen, and 1% is the other gases. In other gases, that carbon dioxide, that gas is released from the living organism. Okay, when we exhale the air, then it contains the more percentage of carbon dioxide. This is also part of that noble gases. It's called also noble gases, and it is the water vapor also contain. Water vapor means from the water sources the water get evaporated and vapors are goes out in the atmosphere. So water vapor also is contained, and in other gases. So it is only 1%. Okay. So air contain also contain the water vapor, dust and smoke. See, nitrogen is not used by living thing. Okay, nitrogen is not used by living thing directly from the air. So which gas we use? Oxygen. Mostly living things need the oxygen. So plants get nitrogen from the soil and animals get nitrogen from plant. See, nitrogen is used by living thing but not directly. So in plants, this nitrogen is get from the soil, because in soil the different types of minerals also present, and here plants get the nitrogen from the soil and animals get nitrogen from plant. Okay. Then oxygen. All living things need the oxygen. You know, all living organisms is depend on the oxygen for the breathing. Without oxygen, the living things is not survive. So oxygen is also needed for the living thing. But another use of the oxygen is for the burning process. Okay, for burning process means for cook the food, also we need the oxygen. When this oxygen is combined with the it, then burning process is used. So other gases, these other gases means carbon dioxide. Okay, carbon dioxide is used by plant for photosynthesis. You know photosynthesis process, the process to make the food. Okay, so plant use this carbon dioxide to making the food. It is also used in the fire extinguishers. Argon is used in bulbs and fluorescent tubes. In bulbs and tubes, that argon present, and it is used in a bulbs. Okay, see, so here our that methods and composition of air, this topic is finished. So you have to read it carefully. In next period we start the movement of air. Okay, thank you.